This video is going to be about the power of meditation, the benefits that I have gained from meditation. So I'm going to start by explaining what mindfulness meditation is, because that's the most common one. There are lots of different types of meditation, which I'll get onto, but we'll start with mindfulness. So to be mindful is to be conscious of the present moment, what is going on now. And what you try and do in mindfulness meditation is observe your thoughts and your feelings as they pop into your head and just let them go. And you're focusing on something present that is constantly happening, like right now. So a common example that people use is their breath. They focus on breathing in and breathing out. And you can either focus on the feeling of your stomach going in and out, or the feeling of the air passing through your nose. And mindfulness meditation helps you to become less reactive to negative emotions such as stress, anger, frustration, because you realize that these thoughts and feelings just pop into your head, and they aren't actually part of the present moment. They're not part of what you're trying to achieve in that moment. And when you do this practice of just focusing on your breath every day for 5 or 10 minutes, you realize that fact that thoughts and feelings just pop into your head and they shouldn't dictate your actions. It gives you a sense of peace and a sense of calmness, because you're actually taking some time out of your day to focus on yourself and not on your thoughts, feelings, messages that you're getting on your phone. You're just focusing on yourself without any distractions. Thoughts and feelings are fleeting. They happen at random points throughout your day, whereas constant things such as senses, your breath, are always in the present moment. So meditation helps you to practice the skill of letting go of distracting thoughts and emotions in your everyday life to help you focus on whatever you're doing in the present moment. It can be really effective in reducing stress. There's been lots of studies showing that practicing meditation helps to reduce stress, because you're taking time out of your day to reset. If you do it maybe at midday or during your lunch break, it just resets you for the second half of the day. If you're feeling really stressed in the morning, you can just take 5 or 10 minutes to do a meditation, and you just stop your racing thoughts, you stop your heart pounding, you just have a mental reset where you just focus on yourself, you just focus on your breath, not outside things that you can't control, and then that way you can move on from there, and it's like a clean slate in a way. So that's mindfulness meditation. The next type of meditation I'm going to talk about is self-love or compassion meditation. Self-love meditation is really important because it helps you to reiterate the reasons that you are important for yourself. I think in this age that we're in at the moment, where we have social media, we have Instagram, where you have these models who just Photoshop everything and they look perfect, and then you look at yourself and you think, oh, I'm nowhere near their standards. It's really degrading, and it makes you look at yourself in a negative way, which just isn't true. It's not the reality. So self-love meditation really helps you to love yourself in your own way and be confident in how you are as you are. It doesn't matter what everybody else thinks about you. You have to know that you're important and happy with where you are going, because you're going to be stuck with yourself for the rest of your life. You can do a specific meditation for compassion or love as well, which is similar to self-love, but instead of directing feelings of love and warmth towards yourself, you direct feelings of love and warmth to close friends, family. It might be everybody. It might be love for nature. It might be love for the simple things in life. But you can direct these warm feelings to specific parts of your life and of society, and in that way that can help you build up a sense of compassion towards people. And this is something that I personally need to develop, or I think I should develop, because I find it quite hard expressing emotions of love or thanks. I mean, if I'm at someone's house and I'm having dinner there, I'll say thank you for the food, but that's just because I'm being brought up that way to be polite. But I don't feel like I tell people that I love them enough, for example, or tell them how much they mean to me and how beneficial they are in my life and how much I actually need them. I don't say that enough. But meditation can help me to do that, and I have seen some improvement there. I still find it hard to actually express it, but I can see an increase in the thoughts, in the thought process, and of me actually thinking I'm compassionate towards this person because blah blah blah. You also have gratitude. You can do a specific meditation on developing gratitude towards things. So this is essentially thinking of how lucky you are in comparison to other people for things that you have. So if you look on, in the grand scheme of things in the whole world, people in developed countries, like I'm in the UK, a developed country, we should be grateful that we have the resources that we have food available for us, that we have water available to us, that we have good infrastructure, because many undeveloped countries don't have that and we just take it for granted. So that could be one way that you think of how you're grateful for something, but you can also do it again for the smaller things in life and for nature and for everybody as a whole. You can think of society working together and how we should be grateful that it's a functioning sort of world. I think one of the most important benefits that I've found from meditation is that you get to understand how you are feeling and what makes you feel certain ways. So by practicing focusing on your breath, and then towards the end of guided meditation, normally they tell you to focus on yourself, how you're feeling, how your body's feeling, what emotions you're feeling, and you can start to connect that with certain events that have happened in your life recently. So it might be that you're feeling frustrated or angry, and then you think, why am I feeling this way? Is there a specific event which is attached to this feeling or emotion? And then throughout your day, you build up this practice of doing it too. And mindfulness meditation in general helps you to stop being overreactive to negative emotions such as stress, anger, frustration. But it also helps you to recognize where these feelings come from and potentially in what environment these feelings come from, because you're just generally more observant. Instead of just fixating on thoughts, you're just observant. You just observe it for a second and then you let it go. And you're almost thinking, you're like, oh, that's interesting. Why am I feeling like that right now? And then you sort of gain that judgment from yourself. Lastly, when I first started to meditate, I didn't exactly do it correctly, but it helped me to build a different habit, which was to breathe through my nose. When I first started to meditate, I was a complete mouth breather. I breathed through my mouth for the majority of my life up until I started my self-improvement journey. And meditation and breathing through my nose and journaling were three things that I implemented at the same time. So my morning routine would be, I'd wake up, I would write a few things that I'm grateful for, and then I would sit up in bed and do a meditation, and I would focus on breathing through my nose. And if I couldn't breathe through my nose, I'd quite often just stop the meditation and not continue it, which isn't how you're supposed to do it, but it basically gave me a time of the day, first thing, 5 or 10 minutes every day, just really, really focus on breathing through my nose steadily. And I mean, I'm not joking. When I first started, I couldn't breathe through my nose at all. I had to really, really try and get air out, in and out of my nose. But I just practiced it every single day and focused on my breath, tried to focus on doing it. You're not supposed to control your breath in meditation, which is what I was doing. I was trying to control it so I could breathe through my nose. But it meant that in the end I can breathe through my nose now, and I feel so much better. The benefits, I mean, it's another video that I should make, but the benefits of breathing through your nose, if you breathe through your mouth, is crazy. But once I was able to breathe through my nose regularly and relatively well, I focused more on the mindfulness aspect of it, which I still need to focus on more now. I've let it slip a little bit, but I think it's just such a cool idea that if you practice the skill of meditating, you can actually be sort of immune to your negative emotions, to stress, to anger, to frustration. You can just think, you can just observe the thought, think, yeah, I'm feeling angry right now, I'm feeling frustrated. Oh, that's why. And that's okay, I'm just going to let it go. I'm just going to focus on what I'm doing right now. I think that's such a cool skill. It literally boosts the positive emotions. It means that if you just choose to observe negative emotions and let them go, it means you have more time in a positive state of mind instead. Anyway, that is the end of this video. I hope you have enjoyed. Please check out my other videos, and other than that, have a wonderful rest of your day.